Oh, hey everybody, it's Saturday, July 15th, 2023. I know it ain't much, but I sure am tired today. So I pulled this thing out of the garage. I know it's hard to get an idea of scale, but here is my hand. The garage is a disaster, so what's going to happen with this? Well, first of all, it's not built super well. It's not a proper tractor with wheels or anything, and so what happened, well, first of all, I had to reattach this hinge here because it had busted off, because these are not super heavy duty hinges. Okay, and this whole part broke off while I was dragging it around, pulling it out by myself, so I had to add that bracket there. I bought a whole big multi-pack of those for a different project that's been postponed, so I am going to go through and add 3 more of those to the bottoms of these to just brace it a little bit as I move it around, because I may kind of move it around over there a little bit. I'm not sure that it's going to be getting moved for quite a while though, because this is a nice shady area, so it's a much safer, place to have animals. You can't really be, I could put shade over top of it or something if I wanted to put them out there, but I might just keep this here. Again, I'm planning on fencing this area initially with just a short fence, and then I have to put a chicken wire down along the base to keep the rabbits from digging out. So this here, I still need to put the hardware cloth down around the base, and that will keep the baby animals from climbing out through the holes, and that will also keep a raccoon from just reaching in and snatching one of the babies while they're in here. So this is not really an overnight house situation, probably. And again, a lot of this has come off, so I've got to reattach a lot of stuff here and get it spiffied up. So I have a baby boy rabbit that I am probably, he's going to be showing up possibly on Monday, because the breeder is coming into my direction, into town, to transport their horse, and offered to drop the baby boy bunny off, and then I'm going to wait a couple more weeks to pick up the 2 girls. So he's going to be able to hang out here during the day, and then I've got my rest of my flock showing up on the 24th through the 26th or so. 34 birds are obviously not going to be able to hang out in here. Okay, so I need to build another structure, and I'm going to be really pressed for time. I have another little coop structure in the garage. I just ordered today 2 pond liners that are 20 foot by 25 foot. So with this one, this is actually a little bit longer than 25 foot. So instead of fixing 2 liners together, I am just going to see how long it goes, and it only goes to like here or so. So I'm just going to add more fill to bring that liner up so that my depth is maintained. And then what I'll do is I'll add another separate piece of liner so that it'll like overflow into like another pool or something. I don't know. I'll work it out later. But yeah, I'm going to have a whole boatload of animals showing up real soon. So I still have some of my old fencing, short fencing, that is not going to keep the chickens in, but is going to keep the geese from running out into the road. And I have some posts. I'm going to need more posts. I basically have a ton of work to do, and I'm exhausted, because what happened is I had barely fallen asleep, and it was like the middle of the night. And I woke up to a crunching sound. And what it was is Josephine the cat had brought a rodent into my room, and fortunately this time wasn't crunching the rodent on the bed, but was eating the rodent just on the floor, kind of right next to the bed. And so that was really loud and woke me up. And then the Rambunculus Peyton was attacking me all night, trying to play. And then of course he spent all day today so far just sleeping on the couch after attacking me and keeping me up all night. So unfortunately I need to just, now that I know that this is just going to be a disaster, I'm just going to be locking them out of my room. But my door frame doesn't have a latch for the door, so I have to jam something under the door to keep it closed. Otherwise, because I tried to boot them out and then they just pushed the door open because I was too tired to pull myself together. But I basically didn't sleep last night, so I'm exhausted. My truck is still having issues, but that is going to be getting brought over to my property maybe as early as tomorrow, and I'm going to have to go get that fixed up. I'm still pretty excited about it because the body's in really good shape for 1996 because the vehicle was brought up from Florida. So vehicles that have been up here their whole lives, they just start completely rusting out. And that's why most vehicles out here have to get retired. So this one, the body is in such good shape that I may still be able to, if I get it fixed up, which is going to cost some money, but I got, quite a deal on it because of the situation with it, then I'm going to be able to maybe drive this truck for 10 years or something. So there's like not all of them are the 4 cylinders, and that's kind of what I wanted, so that I can get pretty good gas mileage while still moving my, I'm not going to be pulling a heavy trailer. I don't need some big gas guzzling truck. So I know I'm kind of rambling, but mostly because I'm exhausted and I'm excited. And I haven't done a whole lot today, but go to the parts store to get an EGR valve for that truck just to see, because that is one issue that can cause knocking and idling issues. We are going to go ahead and pull some of the gas out of it just to check and see if that has any water in it, because it was kind of weird that these issues, because I actually heard the truck run beforehand, and it had a little bit of issues, and then all of a sudden it's just like put some quarter tank of gas in it and some Lucas, and it's just turned into a disaster zone like suddenly. So it's quite a conundrum. But I'll be happy to have it here, because then at least it'll look like somebody else is here at my property even when I'm gone. I'll be happy to have another vehicle here. And it'll be nice once it's running, because I'll be able to haul that couch out of here and stuff like that. Haul a lot of the shit out of my, there I go with the curse words again, out of my garage. I just been in here trying to tidy up and move some stuff a little bit, and it doesn't smell good in here. I'm going to have to put some, I'm going to have to clean this floor real well, because the roof hasn't been tarped these past couple years while I've been gone, so the roof has been leaking in here. So I got one pond liner for the pond, and then I got another 20 by 25 foot pond liner to put above this roof, and it's only going to cover about half, a little over half. There'll be a little bit of a fold over, so I'm just going to see how that goes. And then I do have some roofing paper that I may actually put on top of the pond liner just to give it some UV protection, so that it's not in direct sun, so that it lasts longer. Because eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the wood strips across my roof that you need in order to install a metal roof. Okay, but I'm not going to be stapling or nailing down the pond liner. I'm just basically, what I'm going to do is just get some of these. That's pretty ratchet, guys, but look, it just is what it is. I realized that if I did the fiber asphalt coating like I wanted, I was going to hate myself dearly when it was time to pull that off to do the roof. Okay, so I'm just going to go get a bunch of these at some point. I'm going to get some blocks to put this pot thing up on, so that I can lift it and then have it tip into the pond, and then I might put a drain on it. I do still need to install the drain in this. I'm like one of those people that I push hard for a little while, and then I have to chill out. And so I'm kind of in a little bit of a chill out mode right now. But anyways, I'm excited. And I have the title for the truck now, because it was like one of those things that if it was something really little and stupid to fix, I didn't want my friend to be selling it to me at such a steep discount because of this issue, because he has another used vehicle that he's bought that he needs to repair, and that's going to cost money and stuff like that. So I did want to just kind of throw some parts at it to see if there was going to be an easy fix without rebuilding it, because I wanted to make sure that he's been dealing honest with me. I'm trying to deal honestly with him, but he did go ahead and sign over the title to me, and even my Hezekiah is pretty excited, even though me and Hezekiah were having our situations, but he's he's also pretty excited about this because it's like, it's not one of them big fancy trucks that he wants to eventually get, but it's like we'll just be able to keep this thing and it'll be super freaking awesome and retro one day to have this 4-cylinder 1996 Ford Ranger still on the road. I'm thinking about just actually keeping it parked over the winter while the salt is on the road and clearing out some space in the garage. So we'll see. This video is already 10.5 minutes long. Wow, I'm exhausted and meandering. I was pulling out Queen Anne's lace through here so that I wouldn't have such tall, crazy weeds right through here, but you can see them, they're popping up all over here because, again, I'm just kind of sort of curating my weeds. I still need to pull a bunch of them out. I still haven't gotten to them thistles that flowered, which I'm going to hate myself for a really long time for that. If I also don't get to the burdocks that are overgrown before they flower. Because I don't know if I told you guys, but my lawnmower repair person who actually solicited me for work, for lawnmower repair work when I got back into town, totally flaked out on me. And I was actually really looking forward to just being able to pay somebody else to take care of that, because then it would help out their finances and help me actually keep on top of this disaster zone I've got going on over here. But it was just a total flake out. I don't know what happened. So it kind of puts me in a little bit of a bind in that I know if I spend the days that I'm going to need to get that all worked out, because I never worked on a riding lawnmower before I got that thing, so it's like it's a little bit more of a curve for me than a vehicle even, but I don't know, we'll see. But I was down in here, and now that I got that set up, I've really been thinking about how am I gonna make this space under these evergreens useful. Okay, because it stays shaded all year round, and it's been kind of dead space because this area, it's not super fertile. It's basically the autumn olives will grow down here, but I do have a whole bunch of wild yarrow popping up again, which I'm excited about. See here, because when I moved here there was a wild yarrow that would just go all the way down along this tree line, so I may eventually get some different kinds of yarrow seeds and spread them out around here just to have them, see what I can populate. But what I'm thinking about doing, and it's a shame that my chainsaw got stolen, otherwise I would already just be out here cutting these off, is I'm gonna take out all these lower branches, I think, so that I can walk comfortably under here, because also it would get hairy. I would actually bring my riding lawnmower down through here, and I'd have to lift up the branches to drive the mower underneath, and it just gets kind of sticky. But I think I'm going to go ahead and cut off some of these lower branches, and I'm thinking about building a covered run out under here. It's just a little bit unfortunate because I've got my motherwort is planted in different spots out through here. I have some of just my different herbs. I decided to populate them in this spot since my other beds weren't ready. So my marshmallows are over there, and now I have all these critters. I wasn't really planning on making this my primary livestock area. I was planning on actually having them all fenced in over here and not even letting them come out here, because I wasn't really planning on getting that pond done so early. I was planning on that being a little bit down the road. So I put all this stuff in here, and what I could do is just take some of those cages and just pop them up around all my plants so that they're protected, but we'll see. Because part of why I have these is it's not even so much for looks as it is for seeds. I want them to be able to grow up and provision me with seeds. So we'll see how it goes. Still have not dealt with my licensing process for the nursery. I mostly want to get to a place where I'm nice and super calm and have my livestock situation settled in, because if I would have went and dealt with the legalities of my nursery first, I would have fallen really behind on my livestock stuff. So I need to get some sort of covered run and very good housing situation worked out for all my livestock before I deal with this. I have my mother plants in the ground, And we'll see. Hopefully next year I'll be able to have like a full year of nursery action. But we'll just have to see. If I get it taken care of before like fall, I'll be able to do wood cuttings of things starting this year. Anyways, I'm super duper exhausted. I just actually realized that besides my smoothie, I haven't eaten anything today, so I'm gonna go do that. I just bought some ramps for my car to change the oil because my driveway is not super, it hasn't actually gotten gravel put on it in a long time, and it's uneven. So I don't really like jacking my car up and stuff like that. You know, I'm used to having a concrete driveway until I got this place. So I bought myself some ramps. And it's going to make it really easy. I won't put off my oil changes as much. And I went and I got some oil in a filter. And I'm just going to bust that out real quick. But maybe not today because I'm already exhausted. But yeah, I can't wait. Like once I get that truck running, I'll be able to start pulling out some of this junk in here. Like how many ovens do I even have in here? I don't even know. There's an old chest freezer that used to be in the basement. There's like an old ancient oven. There's like sinks. There's this big roll of vinyl. Okay. Which might be useful one day. So some of this stuff might be useful one day, but it's basically a disaster. And it has that musty smell, so I might even have to, I don't know, get up there and spray these with borax or something, this wood. The problem is that we've actually gotten a ton of rain this summer. And it's been getting cold at night even, and it's a really kind of weird summer for us out here. So anyways, goodbye.